Norway has already frozen funds for Hungary and Poland over violations of European values, while the EU is still debating what measures it should take. Almost 3 decades ago, Norway voted to stay outside the EU in a referendum but remains closely aligned with the bloc, paying for access to the internal market with hefty grants to 15 economically weaker member countries. The system is called the European Economic Area (EEA) and Norway Grants System. However, in recent years, Oslo has started demanding that in exchange for the grants, the recipients have to respect values enshrined in EU law such as minority rights and the rule of law. And at times, the Nordic country has even gone further than the EU itself when it comes to enforcing them. In 2014, Norway suspended all grants to Hungary, €214 million, £193.6 million, for the current 2014-21 funding period, after finding Prime Minister Viktor Orban's government had sought too much control over how the EEA and Norway grants cash is administered in Hungary, violating the scheme's rules. The grants are still suspended. Then, earlier this year, Norway froze €65 million £58.8 million in funding for a project supporting Polish courts and correctional facilities after becoming concerned about a loss of judicial independence in Poland under the ruling Law and Justice (PiS) party. Moreover, at the end of last month, Norway excluded a raft of Polish towns from a €100 million £90.5 million funding program after those towns banned what they termed LGBT ideology. Mart Ziolkowski, a political advisor at the Norwegian Ministry of Foreign Affairs, told Politico, all the activities financed by EEA and Norway grants require those involved to respect and actively promote fundamental rights and freedoms, including minority rights. We regard funding of Polish state entities that have adopted resolutions declaring themselves LGBT ideology-free zones to be in violation of the regulations of the EEA and Norway grants. Norway's move does not just sting Hungary and Poland in their finances, though, but also highlights the European Union's own struggles to act in a prompt and effective way. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen fiercely condemned Poland's LGBTQ-free zones in her recent State of the Union speech. However, the Commission's move to reject 6 twin town programs, costing the Polish side up to just €25,000 £22,624 per town, appears largely symbolic. Meanwhile, Norway's decision could cost each of the Polish towns millions of euros in lost grants. Marlene Wind, a political scientist at the University of Copenhagen, also told the publication, "It is a bit ironic that you have a country that is outside the EU that is able to stand up much more firmly to what is going on in Hungary and Poland than the EU itself."